It is Sunday. Oh, I never know the date. Mike, what's the date?
What's that?
What's the date today?
Oh, come on. The 10th?
It's Sunday, July 10th. Yes, it is. It's Sunday, July 10th.
Is it the 10th?
It is the 10th. And we just went for our first family bike ride. It was painful at times. There was a lot of this. But we survived. So that's something we're going to do more often. Trying to get more exercise. How was your first family bike ride?
Good.
And we have these two playing a favorite game right now. It's called Swabbing the Deck. Hi, girls. Did you go on the bikes? What did you think of the trailer?
I picked up.
Yeah. Did you go on the bike?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think? What did you think of the bike?
I like bike.
Yeah. Did you like the bike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to do it? Okay, fill it in.
And gardening with Daddy?
Planting some magic legumes.
What is it really? What kind of seed?
Really, well, I don't think we know. So we'll see what these plants are, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we just have to remember, Mommy, not to plant anything right here. We gotta water it, okay?
Okay.
So, Bo, let's water it. Do you want to help me water it, Bo?
Yeah.
Hi, you. Hi, big girl. There's another big girl. Oh, dear. Did you trip on the hose? Oh, dear. All done. All done. Up we go. Up we go. Mia, did you have a good weekend?
No.
Where's your ouchie? On your cheek? And your hand? Where else? You got an ouchie on your hand? What are you doing with your daddy? Wait, make a funny face at Daddy. What's he got? An orange in his mouth?
I see.
Oh, funny face. It's a funny face off. What are you doing? You can dance? Okay, it's Monday, July 11th, and you're probably wondering, did a poltergeist visit your house? What is going on? I'll tell you. I'm purging like crazy. You see, when you have two kids and then you're suddenly surprised with twins, you kind of just have to survive. So I've been shoving and shoving stuff into cupboards. Every once in a while, I will pull them out and give them a clean, and then I shove it back in. And things don't even have the right home. And I am pretty sure that I can probably get rid of more than half of the stuff we have. And what I really want to do, look at that, isn't that scary? What I really want to do, I want to tear these cupboards out and put in shiplap above this tile with a hood vent here, and then put in floating shelves on each side. So my goal today is to purge and see if it's possible to get down to such a small amount of stuff that we can actually have dishes and nice looking things up there and have enough space for everything else. I also eventually want to paint everything and put in hardwood. So it's expensive, so we're gonna do one thing at a time. So that's kind of our first project here. So let's see how I do today. Okay, that took about, oh, I look like a hot mess. But that took about 6 to 8 hours, I think closer to 6 hours. So I'm pretty much done. And the most exciting part is I put everything in these cupboards that I would put on floating shelves and made sure I had room for everything else so that we can do it. So I'm really excited about that idea. Let me show you what I did. So organized. So these are kind of like our ugly mugs and cups. There's some just party supplies and cookbooks. Kids craft area is organized. Here's all my cooking supplies that wouldn't go over here. Food goes here, pantry stuff. Look at this. So these will be the items that go on our floating shelves once we remove these cupboards. It's just so heavy. There's so many cupboards in our kitchen, and it honestly, Mike and I say to each other all the time that it's too dark in here and we need to lighten it up and brighten it up. Remember this cupboard? It was a disaster, and now it's a thing of beauty. I even organized in here, and I fit my mixer down there so that we're gonna have to remove this bad boy and put in a hood vent and put a microwave over on that shelf. And even in here, all the kitties' plastic stuff and all my cooking stuff, of course my wine. And there we got it. I'm really, really excited about this project, and now I just need to keep moving through the house and keep this momentum and just keep purging. I think I filled about like 3 garbage bags and tons of recycling and everything. So I just need to keep this momentum up. And this is basically the first time I've really dealt with this since the moment I found out I was pregnant with our twins, which is almost about 2.5 years. Okay, so just before I end this week's vlog, I wanted to quickly talk to you about something that happened last week. We're going right now to get Holden's hearing tested, but more importantly, not his hearing, but for auditory processing disorder, which we have suspected for a long time that he has. So what goes on with your hearing? Can you explain it?
Like, I can't really understand what people are saying.
Especially when there's
a noise around people.
Yeah, so if you're in a noisy room, you have a hard time understanding people. Holden was officially diagnosed with central auditory processing disorder. What? No, so I've written about this a lot in the blog, but I've never really talked about it on YouTube. So I'm going to add the links below to previous articles I've written about Holden's struggles, and then the post I wrote on Baby Center this week about Holden's official diagnosis. But long story short, Holden, from when he was a baby, would become very, very irritable, actually would throw these huge temper tantrums. Basically, he would go just get really worked up in very busy social situations. If I try to grocery shop with him and he's in the stroller and I'm pushing him around, he couldn't handle the chaos, the ambient noises, the people looking in. It would set him off, and he couldn't handle that. So as a baby, it was very isolating. For a long time, he only wanted me. And then as he grew into a toddler, situations like birthday parties were too much for him. He couldn't handle people singing happy birthday, and we'd always have to have people tell us when they were about to, and we would take him out of the building. And then as he got older, we noticed, so he also had a language delay, and we got him tested. We went through so many tests. He had a mild sensory processing disorder, which he did grow out of, and he had some sensory issues. He was tested for everything. He wasn't on the spectrum. He got over his language delay, and basically is now mostly just a regular functioning 7-year-old who he even actually almost got straight A's at school this year. Fantastic reader, which they told us he wouldn't. But the lingering thing, the last piece of the puzzle still, was that he would get really anxious, a lot of anxiety, and basically have a panic attack if Mia and Everly were crying, or all 3 girls and him were trying to talk to me at once and ask for a snack. He's very forgetful. If I try to tell him something or a few steps of something, he can't remember it. He forgets halfway through. His and if he's watching TV or if he's distracted, he had a hard time with that. And he has a hard time sometimes making a decision. But particularly times with fireworks. So I'm in Holden's room with him. And why are we in your room together?
I was scared.
It's okay. Ever since Holden was little, he didn't really like loud noises, right, Holden?
Mm-hmm.
You're getting braver and braver, but you don't like how unpredictable it is, too.
I just want to watch this.
Can't handle it. It's just he can't handle that. He can't handle dogs barking. But I mean, there's something in his brain that tells him danger, danger. Like he can't. He gets really worked up at the noise. Where you and I can kind of say, "Oh, that's a dog barking. It's a few houses down the street, and it's behind a fence." Where his brain can't process that. So we got him tested. And there were 3 parts to the test, and the area where Holden tested below 1% was not a surprise. When there's 2 competing people talking, or if he's watching TV and someone's talking to him, he cannot distinguish one from the other. He can't hear it. There's some kind of disconnect between his hearing and his brain. So it doesn't have to do really with his hearing. His hearing's actually fine. It's more just kind of from his hearing to his brain. I'll add the links. I'm not the best person to explain it in that level of detail. So he officially has auditory processing disorder. And what it means, what we can do for him now is we bought him noise canceling headphones, and we have him tune things out when he's finding it particularly stressful. His teacher this year will be wearing a microphone, and there will be speakers in the class, so he's not singled out, so that he'll be able to hear her better. And they'll make sure there's kind of those tennis ball things on the bottom of the chairs, and just letting them know. Also, his right ear, he can take in information on his right ear better than his left, probably because he's so left brain. He's so technical, so he can take it that way. I don't know, but so if we're in a crowded room, we talk into his right ear. In the classroom, he'll sit near the front of the class with his right ear facing the teacher. So that's really big. And how do we feel? We feel relieved overall. Relieved, I guess it means he does have special needs. I think it's a long time coming. We've basically known he had this. We just had to wait for him to be old enough to do the test. He seems very relieved. In fact, he's been quite happy since. There are just moments where I feel like he's milking it a bit, but we are relating to him different, and I'm having him repeat more things back to him. I'm definitely reminding him he's not broken and he's not a victim, and to not play that card at all. But I'm just making sure I'm easing up when he's being forgetful, or I'm not trying to give him so many steps at once. I'm not getting as frustrated with him because I understand him better. So anyways, check out the links if you want to learn more about it, or if you have any questions about it, for sure, leave it in the comment section. I'll try to answer it. All right, guys, I think this is the end of the blog today. So I'll see you soon. Bye.